what it is. What's happening? So last week I was talking about this 302 and how I was going to abandon it because the corner of this block broke. Come on in, I'll show you a little closer. The corner of the block had broken off of the block. Well, after I made that video, I got to thinking, I fixed a cylinder head a few years ago that did the same thing. So here's what I'm going to do to fix this one, and I think it'll work just well. So what I've done is, this hole was blind, but I can put my finger in there, and I drilled it all the way through to where it's open. Now it doesn't really matter because this side actually, this bolt's actually open anyway. What I've done was I drilled it and re-tapped it. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to put this stud in there to where I can just feel it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat it up with the torch, and I'm going to build this up with weld. Now I did this on a 6-cylinder cylinder head on a 200 Ford, probably about 5 years ago. I did the same exact kind of repair. Why I didn't think about it before, I don't know, but hey, it's worth a shot. This was a running motor. As you can see, it's a pretty clean motor. I got the outside of it all cleaned up, and I got it all prepped and get ready to basically just build this up. Now the stud won't be removable. It'll be permanent, but if it saves the motor, that saves me from building a motor and spending a bunch of money. I have everything to put this motor together for this project that I'm working on. So this will save me $1,500 or so of building another motor and buying a bunch of parts because I have everything to put it together. So if I can save this and make it work, then I'm ahead of the game and I can spend the money on other things. So sit tight and we'll weld it up and we'll come back. Well, that actually worked out really well. As you can see, I got enough room for me to put my water pump on. And it's there. Now I got a little bit more cleaning up to do with the file. I'm going to clean up around here a little bit better, but I did that with the biscuit tool. Obviously I had the whole motor covered up. I actually just pulled a bunch of tape and a blanket and everything I had covering it up. But yeah, it worked out pretty well. That'll, it's fixed. Because I mean, realistically, this thing has a half a dozen other bolts that holds it on. And I can already hear guys that comment, you can't weld cast, that's not going to work, it won't hold. It'll hold. I did the exhaust manifold on a Ford 200 and a 64 Falcon. I think it was like 5 years ago or so that I did that. And I don't know why I didn't think of it before, like I said earlier, but it'll work. It'll hold it. The stud's actually in the block, threaded in there, and then just built the top part of it back up with weld, as you can see. And like I said, I'm going to clean it up a little bit more. I got to get a better file and clean it up, but it'll be just fine. So it looks like this thing can go back together. I got all the rocker arms and push rods in the dip tank right now, just cleaning them up, making sure this thing's as clean as I can possibly get it. Then I'm going to put it back together, and it's going in the truck. But it won't go in the truck until we get some floor pans. We're waiting on some parts for it. But that is the update on the Rat Rod Wrecker progress. It looks like the surgery was a success. And we'll move forward. Holla at your boy.